the people that are walking their dogs in the backyard.
Alright, yins guys. What's up, yins guys? Time for another video. And since I was seeing this on the TV news, I brought up an article for you, the shit that I keep seeing on the TV news. The Highland Park 4th of July shooter. And if any of yins guys that know me pay attention to my videos, I always classify these people, not to jump subjects, but make reference to all the other incidents like this, what they have in common. While everybody else is blaming the NRA, totally batshit crazy, blaming the NRA, they don't see something for what it is. For example, not to jump subjects on every shooters, you've got to see what they have in common, and some of them what they don't. Okay, what they all have in common, they're all some kind of asshole that woke up hating the world for whatever reason, and they all go after unarmed people instead of, not that you're telling anybody to go and do this, but if they really want to go out after people, why don't you hear about these people going in neighborhoods where they would meet their match in a firefight, you know what I mean? But no, they all go after helpless and unarmed people, like the Las Vegas shooter, and the Bowers, the guy that did that, targeting Jews, all unarmed. That guy, the church shooter way back, the guy that shot a bunch of people in a Batman movie, 2012 or whatever, and the coward that shot a bunch of people, targeting them because they're black or whatever. But people like the Las Vegas shooter, especially him, I always say, oh, some of them have more money than you and me, and there's an indication that they don't like to see anybody else having a good time, and they're miserable. Well, this 4th of July shooter, he actually, putting aside the stuff that you want to be correct in the articles, read about his background and his history of bad behavior, he too, you can classify as somebody, do it in a 4th of July parade, unarmed people. And not only was he a coward to go after unarmed people, right? He's definitely was a miserable asshole that woke up hating the world, that doesn't like to see anybody else having a good time while he was miserable. Just like the Las Vegas shooter and just like anybody else. And there's people target people because of their race, which they're a piece of shit too. And what they all have in common, the ones that get captured and don't shoot themselves, is the fact that they think that they're shit when they're being led into a courtroom, but you can argue that, you know what I mean, we all want to know. It's like, well, we're going to know for sure. They act like they're all badass, and some of them, you look at their stature and different things, or they'll have tattoos like this guy. This guy dressed as a woman, by the way. What they all have in common, too, is they think they're shit when they do it, but when they get captured, are they going to feel so badass when they're in prison and have to be in general? How do they know? They're presuming that even with rules you hear about today in prisons, I wouldn't be so sure if I were one of them people. If you act like for example, you act like an arrogant ass, we don't know what's going on because we're not there, but you'd like to be a fly on a wall, act like they're all shit when they do it. But when they get, how do they know they're not going to put you in general prison population, or who are they going to put you in prison next to? You know what I mean? They could actually throw you right in a prison next to somebody who do whatever they want to you, just to be a dick if you piss off the certain people once you get captured. So it doesn't pay to do that shit. You know what I mean? If you only got to look on YouTube, hear about the stories. So that one black gentleman I listened to on YouTube, that he went to federal prison for robbing a bank. He's trying to warn people, right? People the same color as himself and other colors. Whether you're black or white, there's no such thing as gangster. And he says, oh, everybody's gangster until they say no bail, or how many people that want to act like this or that, like whether you want to be a gangster or you want to be, what do you call it, Mr. White Supremacist, gangster or whatever. How easy some of these other people will give somebody up they'll give one of their own up to avoid life in prison or get their shit reduced. You know what I mean? And I'm gonna throw in parentheses too. There was a dude that I remember a bunch of years ago that me and my partner, me and her were first dating. I saw on the TV news. A dude, baby-faced dude, savagely murders his grandmother, right? And said, what smirk on his face, oh, an archangel told him to do it. And then people were ready to assume religion is causing it. No, religion doesn't cause that, even though I have my problems with religion. Good people are hypocrites, good or bad. No religion didn't, no atheist, no leftist religion didn't cause it. The guy was nutty as a fruitcake, batshit crazy. Well, anyway, yeah. Gotta laugh. Baby-faced dude murders his grandmother and all making some kind of sign with his fingers. I forget what it is. Laughing. But yeah, you want to see the look on his. You'd like to be a fly on the wall to see the look on his face when he is put in prison. You know, a bunch of guys with tattoos, a hierarchy or whatever the hell. You know, your best bet is to keep your eyes open. You know don't know what people are gonna do, right? And whether you're black or white watching this, don't worry about everybody. Watch out for yourself and your own family and live your life so you don't get accused. Don't get into the other crazy racial gaslighting shit just because a cop does something if you're black or white. Don't listen to everybody else. Don't join the crowd. Worry about yourself. Because as I have a bunch of beliefs myself that have like I don't know how to describe my beliefs. I am part like Sticks X and Hammer 666, but only I disagree with them, disagree with them about some stuff. I have my beliefs and superstitions, put it that way, that I don't force anybody else, and different versions of the apocalypse that fit both religious and non-religious. Like, keep your eyes open, watch what's going on, don't be paranoid, don't be conspiracy theorist like everybody's talking. Keep your eyes open. Watch your whereabouts. Be aware of your surroundings. Even don't assume everybody of your belief is just like you. Don't go hang with people you think they're like you. They could be covers for all kind of bullshit, and then you can become the fall guy or the scapegoat. And like I said, not to be biased in any side, black or white races, any of that drama. If there's any indication of some kind of disease that could be killing people, pandemic, which you might see more of it, who knows, you do not go in crowds. If you're black or white, stay away. There's too much shit going on. Stay the hell out of crowds, even attending some. Your best bet, don't be paranoid. If you want to go somewhere and have a good time, which you have a right to do, don't let that make you so paranoid that you're going to crawl into a hole. Which, in my case, if you got this far in this video, you got assholes doing something, whether it's a Las Vegas shooter or this twisted scumbag that shot a bunch of people. And by the way, if you got this far in this video, too, if somebody wants to be transgender, if that's what they want to identify with, right, don't force it down my throat. And I don't believe in doing any kind of, or saying anything that's a bias that is against the law. Like, if you don't like what somebody identifies as, you don't threaten to shoot them, you don't do that, you don't do anything that's against the law. But however, I think everybody got to keep their eyes open, even those people that identify as another gender. I think it's getting creepy. Somebody can dress up as a woman and go doing shit like that. Just like that movie. Like that movie, I always said to myself not to be biased, but you got to watch, like that movie, The Jackal. Who's to say that you can have people like that running around like that movie, The Jackal, right? But only unlike the movie, you can dress as any other gender you want. The police, the CIA, and the FBI, the government, surveillance, they're going to be looking at like that now. If anybody thinks, oh, you're targeting me, now they're going to say, oh, people don't like me because I'm transgender. Department of Homeland Security, they're going to put everybody on surveillance. And I think if somebody identifies as that, they, watch themselves. And if anybody who identifies as another gender or right, if they see one of their own is not acting right, yeah, you should report them, or record it or whatever. But I'm not saying that this guy was transgender. He was not. He just dressed as a woman, thinking that he's going to. I'm just trying to tell you about the trends, whether somebody identifies as another gender or not. I told people outside of YouTube that this shit was coming. You don't want to let it make you paranoid. And then if you're inclined to believe that there's people out there like that MK Ultra shit, I look at some of that or whatever too, but well, yeah, you don't want to blame shit on the government, but however, you got these people that want to commit crimes like this, that want to deliberately cause paranoia. They don't care about themselves. They want to cause paranoia. They'll take any disguise. You know what I mean? Do whatever the hell. You don't want it to make you paranoid, but yeah, you're gonna blame the NRA when in reality there's just pieces of shit that just assholes that wake up hating the world. They don't want to see anybody else happy or having a good time. And if you got this far, the cowardice of these people that want to go after unarmed people because they're cowards. They think they're going to be a martyr somehow, or they just hate the world. And like I said, not that I'm telling anybody to go do this, but I'm just saying a fact. Why do these people do shit like this? They don't like to see anybody having a good time. It's always got to be unarmed people because they're cowards. You don't see them going out in places where they'll meet their match. You got parts of cities that are really gunslinging. You pull a gun out. You don't got to worry about the police. You got gunslinging crazies. You don't see them doing shit like that in places where people will shoot back. But there's people that are both black and white out there. Gangster types that'll shoot back. Oh, yeah, so I'm just not telling anybody to go do shit, but if they want to go get themselves killed, that's a good way to do it. But you don't see them doing that, where people will shoot back. No, they're going after people that are damn unarmed, because that's the nature of their cowardice. I mean, it's tragic what they do, and people lose family members, but what are you going to do? Blame the NRA and legitimate gun owners? Yeah, 911 gets there, brings the coroner in, and investigates, and hopefully they check surveillance and catch these dirtbags. But nature of their cowardice. You know what I mean? And then if they're captured alive, they should be seen for who they are, and when they're put in a prison, and the guards telling them what to do or else, yeah, see how badass they feel, you know what I mean, too. They're just like that black gentleman on YouTube is saying, yeah, you're going to go do something with a gun or whatever, too, but wait till you expose the prison hierarchy and the guards or whatever the hell. Or you don't know what, once you get in there outside of the court, where they're going to put you in these damn prisons or whatever the hell. So what are these? Yeah, these people ain't thinking of that. Yeah, I've seen a lot of them either with tattoos on their face. I can show you some articles of other ones. Then you get these other ones that are these baby-faced kids, skinny kids, and, go shooting their parents and all. And they're acting. Oh yeah. If you got this far in this video, how many of you guys watch these YouTube videos? People that the ones that people that act like they're badass and laughing in court, and then that laugh turns into bawling and crying once the judge orders the sentence. Yeah, you need to look at that shit. I mean, them things are a riot. You know what I mean? Plenty of YouTube videos out there. So this guy that did this, if you got this far and got this, people that know me got this far in the video in the end. Yeah, this guy too, like to see his look. Yeah, they need to put all of these people in the courtroom so you can put them in there so you can see the reaction um, in the courtroom when they're all begging and bawling and crying or whatever the hell.